Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm of course your host, the Droodles Blitz, and in today's video we are going to be playing in the newly released Skoda T56, the Tier 8 Czechoslovakian heavy tank. Now this vehicle is obviously a premium, which means it will cost you money. Unfortunately, a lot of money. If you want to get your hands on this vehicle guaranteed, right now there's a bundle out for $100 US, or you can gamble for crates. Now I'm actually happy that Wargaming did this, because now there are two alternatives. You can either buy the tank outright, and not a lot of people can really say there's gambling because you can just buy it outright, or you can actually gamble for the tank in crates. So you have both options, and if you still gamble for them, you still have charms as a backup plan, so it's kind of up to you. Now this might sound weird, but I would suggest to actually buy the crates if you want to get this vehicle instead of the $100 bundle. Now why is that? Well, for the crates, 12 crates is for $50, and to get this tank guaranteed with charms, it's 25 charms. Now what that means is if you get the two $50 bundles, you'll have 24 charms. Get the one crate bundle after that, and it's $5. You'll spend $5 more than it would cost you to get this vehicle guaranteed, and you'll get it already guaranteed. Plus, you're going to get gold, premium, and all the other rewards as well in the crate. So, yes, there is a direct buy it bundle for the Škoda, and it does basically take away the argument that this tank is for gambling, but it's a ridiculous price tag, and you'd actually be better off gambling. Yeah, kind of weird to say that, but that's kind of the weird truth as well. So this is the Škoda. We're going to be doing a mini review in today's video. I will have a full review out later on the channel this week, but I wanted to do just a quick review so you guys knew what it was like while you were trying to buy the tank, or see if you wanted to spend your money on it. So what is good and what is bad? Well, the gun is actually a bit of both. It's got really good pen at 226 on the standard and 295 on the premium. Obviously, I'm running calibrated shells. It's also got massive alpha damage at 450 on the standard, and the highest HE I've ever seen for a 130 at 640. It also has crazy pen at 75 millimeters. If you can get tier 7s or even the sides or rear of tier 8s, you can absolutely demolish them with the HE capabilities. I've just splashed people for like 300 hit points every now and then. It's insane. But there are big downsides. First of all, 5.6 seconds of aiming time is the second worst in tier 10, behind an IS-3 Defender. It also has terrible dispersion at 0.394, and its DPM is 1732, making it one of the worst DPM heavies in tier 8. So yes, it sacrifices a lot for the alpha, but thankfully it does have great gun depression, sitting at 8 degrees, and mobility-wise, it's not too bad either. On paper, it's quite slow. It has a power-to-weight ratio of 14.8 and a top speed of 35. However, I am running improved gear oil, which means you can go 4 kilometers per hour forward faster and in reverse. So its 12 kilometers per hour in reverse now goes to 16, and its forward speed now goes to 39. So not bad at all on its overall top speed. And yeah, that's pretty good. I'm running improved gear oil and as well improved fuel. It makes it actually a really mobile tank. And then obviously I'm running the goulash because you want to get that improved everything of 10% crew mastery. You could run sandbag armor, gives you an extra 108 hit points. I personally just don't find it's that important. I'd much rather have the engine power and the ability to get my tank in the position, because when you do get it into a position, it is one strong beast. This is just like a 5A, where it's got incredibly strong turret armor, but unlike the 5A, it also has an incredibly strong hull. The upper plate on this vehicle is 275 thick on flat ground. This is an IS-5 using Cali aiming at the upper plate. This is an IS-5 using heat aiming at the upper plate. Did you see a difference? I don't. It's over 300 thick with heat because obviously heat doesn't have shell normalization. If you're using it fully held down, I mean, this armor is insane. It's over 430 on the upper plate, and the only weak spot is these little itty bitty cheeks next to the turret, which, let's be real, are going to be extremely hard to hit if you're shooting heat shells, because you also have spaced armor right next to it that's over 500 millimeters thick. Yeah, this is not a vehicle that's going to be easy to cut through. On flat ground, it's actually harder to penetrate the turret weak spots, and you still have a darn near impenetrable upper plate. The side armor as well is very troll. If you hit the upper half of it, you're going to auto ricochet due to the sides being angled like an Object 140. It also has cutouts like an IS-7 on the lower half that mean that you'll auto-ricochet on the lower parts. So the only part you want to aim at with this vehicle is directly in the middle, kind of like halfway up the track wheel, and you'll pen most of your shells there. But yeah, very weird and very troll on the armor, but yeah, it's such a troll tank. It's incredibly well armored. Lower plate's 116 though, so very easy to penetrate if you do get it exposed, so not too bad. Obviously, we do see there is a weak spot on the roof, being the hatch at 134 millimeters thick, and the roof itself is a weak spot. You'll notice that if you do have an angle on it, you can penetrate it quite easily because it's only a 40 millimeter plate. 40 millimeter plates mean that anything with over a 121 millimeter cannon can overmatch it. But because it's actually such a steep angle, you're still going to have a really hard time hitting it, so I wouldn't worry too much about the roof being overmatched. Side armor overall is really good at 105, and the rear armor at 60. It's not great, it's not terrible. You will be HE'd by high alpha guns, but you shouldn't be too worried. So this is the Skoda. It's a really, really strong looking tank on the literal sense of armor. Its gun hits like a truck. This is basically like getting the pre-buffed VK100 gun when it had its worst accuracy, put on a mobile chassis with actual armor. So I don't know what to fully think of this vehicle. I've played about 10 games in it, and I've had a couple games where the gun has absolutely crapped the bed, missed all of its shots, and I've done terrible. But then I've had games where I've high-rolled all my shells and dealt 4,000 damage. So it's weird, but I guess that's just what happens when you take such an inconsistent gun that completely relies on the fact of you hitting the shots and the alpha damage. So yeah, it's a weird gun. I mean, the reload on this tank is very, very long. It's, I think, 15 seconds if I'm not mistaken, which is about the same as a Smasher, except the Smasher gets, yeah, 640 alpha, not the measly 450 I'm carrying here. Now I'm going to climb up this hill. We're going to go over and go towards base B. I like to do this. It cuts a lot of time down, then going all the way around, although it seems like my T92E1 doesn't know what he's doing. But what is the enemy team have? They got a Jagdtiger, Waffenträger, Object 84, TVP, T32, and a 252, and the M3O. So they got a pretty strong lineup, actually. Like, that's really good heavies, really good tank destroyers, and even their mobile tanks. TVP, maybe not too bad, but yeah, that's a really, really solid lineup overall on their team. So let's aim in on that yo. I would shoot at the side of a 252, but we all know what happens when you shoot at the side of a 252U, so not going to really test my luck right now. We're just going to reload my gun, and maybe we'll get another shell out on this yo. So let's back up, aiming, and fire. There you go. Another nice tap. We've already managed to take 868 hit points off of the enemy team, and the alpha is working like a charm. So 5 more seconds left. We'll have another shell ready. I'm going to start aiming it on this 252 already just because of my accuracy. There you go. And fire. Yeah! 459 tap into the side of his vehicle, and this is going pretty good. I mean, you can see where the gun really hits hard, so not bad at all. Hopefully our T92E1 is going to be able to hold off that TVP VTU, but it looks like he's actually shooting off to the side and bleeding in the same time. Look at that. He's a do-it-all kind of man. So let's aim it on the yo again and fire. Yeah! 501. We had our precision fire there, so it max rolled him. It would have done up to 563. And now I'm going to try and maybe help out my medium tank, because it looks like my T92 is having a bit of trouble over here, especially with the Object 84 rolling around the corner. So, yeah, let's see. Oh boy, what are you doing, T92? I'm so confused. Either way, I'm going to hopefully push over here. We got the Jagdtiger spotted off to the back, but yeah, I think I can take on this TVP. We got the armor, we got the alpha, and we also have actually hit points over him. I'm just hoping that my T92 stops botting out, because he's really doing a good job at it right now. So come on, pull around object and fire. Oh, that missed. Oh, that sucks. And I've not really a lot of support here right now. So hopefully this 92 hits his shot. I doubt he will, but maybe, just maybe. I pray. Oh, come on. I'm just going to back up and keep backing up. If I can get up this hill, I think we'll be in a much, much better place. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do here. And if they pull around the corner, maybe I'll get a big old slap in. But, yeah, right now it just seems like these guys are giving me plenty of time to use my mobility. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. They don't know where I am, and I'm going to wait. And let's try and get behind them. Oh, come on. Give me your sides. Oh, 649. Oh, mama, that's gotta hurt you, TVP. That is where the HE is just insane on this vehicle. The ability to completely roll somebody's hit point pool like that. Now, I have no clue where the object actually went, because he was right here. but now he's gone. So he either went towards the buildings or he went with the TVP. My guess is he's towards the TVP. Yeah, that would be expected. So let's aim in a shell. I want to hit the object just because I'd rather clear that vehicle, but maybe I should have aimed at the TVP. You can see where the accuracy is terrible. I mean, hitting that shot in a normal heavy isn't too bad. But in this tank, that's really, really, really hard to do. So I'm going to obviously tilt my tank towards this way, so now the VTU can't really hit me. And now let's keep on driving towards him. Hello, TVP. There you go. Nice bounce, although he did shoot HE shells, so it's not like it's the end. But, yeah, let's just keep on coming towards his vehicle. Again, I'm not really worried about him. Let's just finish him off. There you go. Why risk the chance of missing my shot when I could just drive right up to him and finish him off? So, right? We're already at 2,800 damage in this battle. We've done our job. We've been able to hit some shots. And, I mean, this was just a pretty good all-around battle to showcase what this tank really does in almost every single situation. Now, we got the Waffenträger off to the side, and as we went over, the HE on this tank is pretty goated. So, if we can hit the shell on the Waffle, which we did, there you go, 575, and finished him off. Now, we got the Tiger left over here, which looks like he could kill the object. I'm not really sure. This OBJ's kind of just circling him, but we might be able to get a shell into him. Come on, speed and power. And I'm making sure this doesn't bounce because I hate the troll armor on that vehicle. There you have it. Not a bad battle at all. Came out with a victory, did our job, killed some tier 9s, and there you go. That was 3,700 damage and pulled out a mastery. So this is the Skoda T56. It's got really everything you'd want for a heavy. It's got alpha, it's got mobility, it's got gun depression, and it's got armor too, right? Yeah, so I really like the tank. It's solid. I don't think it's the best tier 8 in the game. I don't think it's completely overpowered. I do think it's pretty freaking strong, but I don't think it's overpowered to a point where you can't fight it because it's a very large vehicle. I mean, look at the literal size of this thing. It's pretty large. So when you compare it to like a Mills, yeah, it's an easy target to hit if you have it exposed. It's got a weak roof that you can overmatch. It's got a hatch as a weak spot, so you can shoot it if it's all down. And the alpha is big, yes, but it has a terrible gun on every other regard apart from pen, which makes sense for a big hitting heavy. So I feel that Wargaming did a good job balancing it. Would I suggest to get it right now, apart from the $5 crate bundle, which is actually surprisingly how I got it for $5. Well, thank you, Wargaming. But yeah, in the future, I would suggest to wait for it to come out for like $50 or something. I think this is a pretty good deal for $50, just definitely not for $100. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.